Welcome to EIPIP Meeting 108. This is issue number 350 on ETH Cat Herders EIPIP GitHub repository. We have pretty light agenda today for discussion of some open issues and pull requests and other topics that may require editor's attention. We have one final proposal for edit, a few calls for inputs. Most of them are closed, so we are just going to share the decision and only one open. We'll take a look at EIPS Insight, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. If anyone has any other item that they would like to discuss today, perhaps you can add it on the agenda as a comment and we will add it as we go. So starting for the very first item, it is discuss open issues and PRs and other topics. The first item listed here is disabling the stale bot. I think this comment was shared by Sam Wilson. So Sam, if you would like to provide some more context and yeah, let us know what is the ask here.
Sure. The Stalebot has been closing issues that still need to be resolved. It closes pull requests before editors have a chance to look at them. I think overall it's just become more annoying than it is helpful. So I'd like to propose disabling it. Anybody has any thoughts on that?
I love the stale bot.
I would.
Should we just make it longer?
Yeah, I mean, I think initially it was planned for 3 months. Is it less than that, or do we want to make it 6 months now?
I'd prefer if it was smarter. Like, it should just never close an issue or a pull request rather that's waiting for an editor because, like, that's our problem, not the author's. So, but if we want to keep it around, I don't feel super strongly about it. So,
I just feel like, yeah, we should review pull requests faster and not let them get closed because they're stale. But also, if the author doesn't respond and say something on the pull request like this is not stale, then are they going to respond to any changes that we like request? Because I do see a problem where we like request changes after a month or two and then they just never make
oh yeah,
them.
that's absolutely a problem. I think
So
that,
it would be nice if the bot knew like that had happened and then the author is waiting. We're waiting on the author now. I just don't really
yeah.
know how to do that.
So EIP board, the thing Nikki made, can do it, but it doesn't know how to close stale issues or anything like that. So maybe that's a feature we add. But how about we change it so that it warns you a week before closing and not 2 months before closing, and then it just closes it without warning?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm
I'll
also
see if I
happy
can
to
make
make it
that.
a bit longer. Like I
Okay,
don't think
yeah, I'll
like I'm
look into
not
that.
attached to the timing. I just think it's nice to have something that's churning through old stuff at some pace, because otherwise I think we'll just get like really old stuff that no one cares about anymore. And
All right, I'll take a look at changing that. Thanks.
So
thank
the
you.
two action item or the two changes that we are looking with this sailboat is number one, sending message 1 week before closing, and number two, it should not close the message pull request which is waiting on editor's review, only which is waiting on author's review. Is that the correct understanding?
That would be ideal, but I think we're just going to change the times for now.
Okay, so we would be changing the time. Perfect.
Speaking of stale things, when are we gonna start calling stale EIP editors again?
I was waiting for the 1 year anniversary of the last time I did it. I think that's
When
October.
is okay?
I mean, we can do it
Sounds
now. I
good.
don't care. I just don't want to propose it if it's sooner than a year.
Yeah, that's fine.
And when are we getting there? I mean, I'm just curious, is it in a month or so or by the end of year?
I think it was October. I'll double check.
Okay, so it's nearby. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we should update it. We should keep it updated because it gives incorrect impression of like there are so many people working on it and still our work is not getting done. So let's get that updated. Very well. The next item here is fork timestamp variable that is not specified. I think it is proposed by Smart Programmer. He mentioned that EIP 7045, which is already merged, which is already finalized, and that also does not contain the fork timestamp. However, there is no PR as per my information. Please let me know if there is already an existing PR and I missed to add here. But the request here is from the editors about the action that needs to be taken. Should we add the fork timestamp as there was a precedence, or how do we want to handle this proposal 7045?
If somebody opens a pull request, I'm happy to call for input and merge it. We probably shouldn't have TBDs in final proposals.
Okay, I will try to get in touch with him and maybe check with him if he's willing to do that. If not, then maybe I will make a PR and ask him to approve it if he's limited with his bandwidth or something like that.
Oh, that works. I mean, like, we don't even need to involve them. I don't want to make the PR. I'm lazy.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, we just need to take it from the last one, and yeah, I can perhaps make it. Cool. So the next one is edit to final proposal, and this is PR number 8817, which I believe has been created by Samuelson itself, and it is a very small typo fix. Might require other editors' approval before it can be merged.
Yeah, there's just an extra T in the name of an interface, so I just removed it.
Matt, if you could maybe take a look at it and yeah, add your comment. And I think it would require 2 editors' approval, would it?
It might even be 3. I'm not sure, but
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
it'll need
Yeah, because you have already created, so it may be counting you as one. So the other than Matt, there would be one more editor's review required. Oh no, he is not adding you in the list because you have created it. Okay, so 3 more reviewers. That's right. Okay, so I will share this in the Discord channel as well, so people can take a look and we can perhaps close it because this is very small fix. Moving forward, we have call for input. 343, 345, and 348. All of them have been closed, and there's only one open, 349. I don't know, Sam, if you would like to make maybe take a few minutes and talk about all of them and share the results and what is open.
Sure. Let me just pull that up. Okay, so 343 was changing a comment in a reference implementation. We approved it. I merged the pull request. 345 was deleting EIP 7212. That one still requires editor approvals. Yeah, so I'll put that in the chat here. Then we have 348, which was an update to EIP 152. What was the update for this one? Yeah, it was just adding some extra zeros. I confirmed in Solidity that the behavior is the same, and I was the only one who commented on it, so I merged it. And then we have 349, which is Daxoran's allow appending to security considerations in final proposals. That one is very contentious, I think, but I believe I'm the only editor who's commented on it. So, Gajendra has as well, and we're on opposite sides of the argument. So if anybody who's listening to this wants to come on and leave a comment, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it seems like the opened, I mean, it is still open, but the deadline has already passed. So if someone can maybe add any input by the end of this week, that should be fine. Otherwise, we are gonna use the power of keeper of consensus and maybe able to respond to the result. Very well. The next section is pretty much empty over here. Like I have not received any comment like what people would like to discuss here. Maybe because we are meeting after quite some time, so we will look into it later on. Maybe moving forward, the next one is EIPS Insight. So we are trying to follow this website to collect the information on EIPS Insight. However, these have also been updated right over here on our usual HackMD that we follow, so people can find it at both places. The idea is to provide real-time data on EIPs and ERCs and RIPs. So as we take a look at here, we have 5 new proposals in draft from EIP and 3 on the ERC side. Similarly, for review, last call and everything, when we get to know more about it, we can also find the deadline over right here. So this proposal is supposed to be ending the last call deadline on September 5th. People can maybe take a look and add their feedback, comments on it. They also provide a decent chart over here that suggests like, okay, how many proposals we have received so far under which category and things like that. All these information are already added here. People can also find details of each of the proposal right here. But eventually we will move out of this HackMD style and we'll try to get the information real time from this website. There were a couple of other updates which were shared with me, and we are hoping to share it with the community so people may be able to make use of this. They created a Petra page which contains all the information right here about all the proposals which are getting into Petra. One thing that the team worked on was status timeline, saying like how long does it take to move from one status to another status, and we are trying to bring it for all the projects, all the EIPs. That will give us a very good idea of how we are doing in terms of like responding to the pull request of uh, authors or proposers. I'm just taking, for example, something different here so we can get a full view of this. So for example, moving from draft to review, it took longer. And then because this is like one of the most popular proposal and we understand it took a long time to get finally onto the mainnet, but this gives at least a good picture of how we are moving with this. I wonder if there are some other thoughts on how people want to see it. Does it look good, or do we want to add more, um, you know, parameters to it?
That's really cool. I really like that. I don't have anything off the top of my head, but that's really neat.
Okay. One other thing that we are trying to do is like just add the network upgrade category, and I hope that would be done by the next week or so. Few other things that was informed, I was informed that they have worked on, but I'm not sure if this is working exactly the way it is expected. But let's quickly take a look at it. So for example, here, this is about all the proposals reviewed by each of the editor. And I can perhaps demo it here that was shared with me. Okay. So what we are trying to do here is try to figure out like how many pull requests were created over a period of time. So people can just enter their start date, end date, and we can fetch the information right here. So when we enter the date, it suggests that how many PRs are created. We also validated it by getting into the GitHub repository, and it shares the exact same number. The ask here is like, what kind of UI we are looking at? Is it okay to just put it across like that? Or maybe we can create a Google Sheet, which can be referred.
So they're looking for like how to visualize the information.
Yes.
I mean, like a bar chart would probably be fine, or like I don't know, maybe like a line chart that shows like as of each month the total number of EIPs reviewed by each author or each editor, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yes, I think part of it was done. This is like still work in progress, not very neat. So the EIP editor review is this one. Like here we can see since 2015, how many proposals have been reviewed by each of the editors is right here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm saying so take this chart and then put it over time.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's very good suggestion. We can perhaps do that. Right now, what it does is like we can enter any individual's name here, and that will showcase. For example, if I, oops, it's breaking.
Yeah, I had the same problem,
Okay,
but
okay, it's breaking. But yeah, I will inform the team why is it breaking. Maybe they can take a look at it. Okay, fair enough. So I think the suggestion here is that we should try to make it against time so people can visualize it even better.
yeah, maybe not instead of, maybe in addition to, but yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the four tasks that the team are working on, number one, adding network upgrade on the EIP. We worked on the date and we will work on the closed and open issues as well as the editor's review thing. I think that would help us to evaluate like how many proposals are we able to actually attend to, and do we need more reviewers? Obviously, we need more reviewers, but how many reviewers should we get on board? It might help to get to that decision.
Yeah, that's looking awesome. We should put a link to this somewhere on the EIPS website at some point if there isn't one already.
There isn't, but let's try to fix the issues first, and then I will ask the team to
Yeah,
make
okay.
a request to update it there. Okay, that's pretty much about the EIPS inside. We had EIP Editing Office our meeting 42 yesterday. We reviewed 19 proposals. That was quite a lot to like look at in 1 hour, but it was a great achievement. Like we tried to respond to people who had shown up for their questions and help merge their pull requests in the same meeting. If anyone listening to this call are planning to join the EIP editing office hour, it happens every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from yesterday, there's another meeting at 1400 UTC. You can always leave your PR if you cannot attend the meeting as a comment, and we will try to address it in that meeting. Any question related to pull request, merge issues, or documentation, please join us over there. And we hope that you are able to make your proposal move forward in different statuses. The last one here is action item from the last meeting. Okay. On a high level, I am not sure if I find any open action item. Only one call for input open to collect input for decision making. Has it been closed? 349. Oh, you already did it. Okay, perfect. I think we covered pretty much everything that were listed on agenda today. Anyone has anything else to bring up for today or maybe for the next meeting?
I'm good.
Well, thank you. That's great. Less issues, less problem, and better for the editors to continue doing what they are doing there.
Yeah, and thanks for organizing everything, Pooja. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, and thanks for all the effort and time that you guys are spending to support all these new contributors may be able to make their contribution to the Ethereum ecosystem. Well, thank you all for joining us here today. I understand that we have agreed to keep this meeting only once a month, and that too on the third Wednesday of the month. So the next meeting is planned on September 18th at 1400 UTC. If you have got anything to add to the agenda, please feel free to do so. I will add a new agenda item for the next meeting right after this meeting. Thank you everyone for joining us here today. Have a great one.